very gifted, very devoted, and very dedicated. So I'd like to read you his bio. As Reverend Anthony was born and raised in Akron, Ohio, where he spent 46 years of his life. At the age of 3, he was communicating with loved ones who had transitioned to the spirit world. His work with transmediumship began there and continues to this day. At the age of 11, Anthony began his development privately with Christ and his guiding influences. By the age of 15, Reverend Anthony was working in psychic fairs and doing readings. His work continued throughout his life, and in 2010 completed a 4-year program in spiritualist ministry. He was ordained at the First Spiritualist Church in Kent, Ohio. After ordination, he began conducting healing and mediumship circles. In 2011, Reverend Anthony was asked by his guides to relocate to San Diego to fulfill his private ministry with mediumship, healing services, and teaching, which he continues to serve today as self-employed spiritual minister. Reverend Anthony has now dedicated his life to being in loving service to Christ and all of his team of guiding influences. Reverend Anthony, when not working, spends most of his time in prayer, meditation, and deep contemplation with his guides. Reverend Anthony offers mediumship readings with heart, intro, and oracle cards, with energy healing and tuning fork services. One of Reverend Anthony's greatest passions is teaching mediumship development and reading modality and healing services. So I'd like you to give a warm welcome to Reverend Anthony.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's my honor and pleasure to speak today. Master Alexander is the photo that I've placed up here for you to see, who channeled this talk to me today. My talks are channeled from my guiding influences. Master Alexander's been present with me for 47 years of my life. I'm the first guide who ever stepped forward to communicate with me, and a psychic artist drew him back in 1979. I, Master Alexander of the highest divine light, of the highest living God, have been asked by the Creator to speak to each of you here today on 2 subjects. So Alexander has 2 talks today, but we will stay respectfully in the speaking allotted time for each talk. The first talk, the very present Earth's status and condition of destruction and war in different countries of the world. He says, my second and main talk today is about universal energy management. Several of you who have been students of mine in this room are very familiar with this process. Alexander says, I speak to you first on the subject of earthly conflict of war, because your hearts are heavy and burdened with the thousands and thousands of people losing their lives innocently each day. I speak to you on this matter. How to deal with this. Connect with God, God's love, light, compassion, and energy is one human's only consolation to these matters. The only energy that can help humans deal with this is God. And God, in the means and way, whichever any of us connect, we all connect differently, it doesn't matter. Whether we call it God, whether we call it divine spirit, the higher power, divine light, source of the universe, it's all the same. However it is that you connect, he says, connect with that energy that you connected is the highest. Know this also, I solemnly assure you that all souls who have transitioned due to these conflicts have been received and are receiving the utmost, highest care in spirit world. Many of you are burdened and laden, knowing that many children have also perished. But please be assured that all these have been received. Some humans ask God to stop conflicts of war and tyranny. God has never caused or created these conflicts. Humans always have. Therefore, humans must choose to stop the conflicts, lay down their weapons, and choose peaceful resolutions. Some past mystics and seers have predicted wars in the world, even certain years they could or may occur. These predictions have led some humans to believe that these conflicts were predestined and meant to be. I assure you, in my place with the highest divine spirit, as a universal master teacher, I assure you that this information is false. What mystics and seers were seeing was the human free will energy that this could occur, even in the years that they could. But humans can always choose. He wants us to really listen to this. But humans can always choose by their human free will to resist the conflicts, even when the energy of the conflicts occur, and choose peaceful methods of perfect resolution other than war. I close this first segment of this talk to share that each of you today who have prayed regarding these matters, your prayers have been heard. Your prayers have been received by God and divine spirit manifested through universal energy. God thanks each of you for these loving thoughts, prayers. These really do help. By these prayers, love and compassion are offered to all those people on earth who have lost those that they love. First, it is helpful He thanks us for listening to this first talk. His second talk is about universal energy management. I, Master Alexander of God's highest divine white light, am here today speaking through this willing medium to communicate to each of you about accessing and utilizing universal energy. The purpose of this is to use higher energy to do all metaphysical work. He stresses all of it. Healing, message bearing, mediumship, trance-mediumship, readings, all spiritual and metaphysical work in all forms. Most metaphysical people sadly believe and feel they should use their own human energy to do this work. I'm here today to share this is not true nor suggested. Human energy is very important and should be used for the human life experience. This is very important for all humans to be connected to the human experience. All humans are on earth to learn many, many things and to have many, many experiences. To learn all things needed and necessary and set forward in previous agreement to their souls. As a very important part, this is a very important part of the human experience. It's very important for humans to use human energy in life, needed and necessary to learn all lessons of fate, destiny, and karmic experiences. Therefore, universal energy is reserved for the spirit, universal connection, which is also very important for the human to experience when one recognizes they have gifts of divine spirit. This universal energy assists people in understanding, learning, and developing their gifts of spirit. This is where universal energy is so important for understanding and accessibility to the universe. And those of us of spirit. I, Master Alexander, am an energetic guide to anyone who connects with me and works with me. I am all about energy, and this is why I'm chosen to speak to you today on this matter. Guiding influences in the universe, such as me, assist with the process of the management of universal energy. It is always helpful to locate or assign a guide to assist you with this process. Energy management is used in two forms and two locations in life. The physical human can still utilize universal energy every day in the living. The second is a time when an individual connects with us with divine spirit or does any spiritual work. In the physical human, we want our universal energy to be low, in a lower position. This is usually in a medium range for most people, but some it is higher. Connection time, and when we are doing our spiritual work, we need higher energy, usually in a high or maximum range. This is required it is required and suggested to raise and lower the energy levels based on if you are in human utilization, regular everyday life, or when you are doing spiritual work. Nighttime, bedtime, it is very important to understand. For most humans, it is suggested to use an even lower level of energy when we go to bed to sleep. This range is usually suggested at a low, what we can refer to as a pilot light, so the old gas stoves where they have that lift up the little tiny little flame, or a dim, call it what you wish or desire, only that it is lower than the upper ranges used in the spiritual work. This allows the universal energy to stop flowing so a human can sleep well. For all humans, and especially spirit-working humans, it is suggested to get a lot of rest. To lower the level of universal energy at night allows the human to go into a deeper state of subconscious. Some humans are worried that this lower level of energy will stop dreaming. In fact, it enhances it because it places the level of energy humanly and universally so low we go into a deeper state of subconscious and dream more visuals of dreaming. It is very important to gain sleep so that humans can restore and rejuvenate human energy that sleeping deeply brings. The purpose of using universal energy is to enhance one's connections with their guides and the energy produced for metaphysical work of all forms. Any one of you can call on me to assist you with this process, or you can use any guide you're familiar with or work with. Universal energy, in a way, he says, to put it in a human sense, is like on a dimmer switch on a light. You can always raise it up a bit, light it up a bit if you need, or lower just a bit if it's too much. Daytime universal levels of energy usually sits in a medium or upper medium range. Connection time is usually a high or maximum range. Bedtime is low, sort of pilot light or dim. If anyone desires to participate, Alexander would like to have a little congregational experience clinically, which I normally don't do, but this is the second time I have to listen to my guides or he just gets after me, and so I just do what I'm told. If you desire, and again, you don't have to, if you desire, you can ask Master Alexander or a guide that you have with you to, first, I want you to feel these three main levels of energy so you can understand how they work. And I'll bring you all back to a medium range when we're done. I'm going to ask, so if you would like to participate, you can close your eyes. And I'm going to ask Master Alexander to step into your vibrations if you get permission. And I'm asking him to lower your universal level of energy from medium to pilot light or dim. Between each level of consciousness, I'm going to pause and let you feel that. The dim is going to almost make you feel like you want to go to sleep, but I'll get you woken back up, don't worry. So we're going to go down to a pilot light or dim. We're going to pause. you might feel like you want to go to sleep. But now I'm going to ask Master Alexander to raise your level of energy to medium, like mid-medium or upper medium. This is the daytime level of energy. So I'm asking Alexander, to those who are participating, to raise your level of energy from violet, light, or dim to mid or upper medium. We're going to pause. You should feel a little shift. Our next step, especially to those who do metaphysical spiritual work, whether it's healing, message bearing, mediumship, readings. I'm going to ask Master Alexander, to those who are participating, to raise your level of energy from upper medium to upper high. It's an upper scale of high. And then for those of you in the room who use maximum or ultimate super maximum, I'm going to take you there. We're going to pause. Master Alexander to then lower back your level of energy from wherever it is that you placed it back into a mid to upper medium range. If you have questions about this process, you can speak to me after service. I want to thank all of you for listening to Alexander's talk today.